What's up again, River Valley? Shane here with you. It's another episode of Burning Questions. My man here needs no introduction, but it's kind of my job to do it. So let's get into it. Coach Thompson, Arkansas Tech University head coach of the football program. Coach, thanks for joining us, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Glad to have you. How are you around spicy food? I mean, is this something that you're into or you've been into before, maybe?
Man, listen, I'm from Mississippi. If your nose not running, you're not eating, okay?
Listen, if you ain't sneezing, it ain't season. So, listen, he knows his stuff. My man knows ball on several different levels. So let's get into it. As we get into this first sauce, I kind of let you know how things go. I'm going to go with this drum. We're going to dip it into Point Remove Brewing Company's gochujang sauce. Thank you so much to my friends at Main Street, Russellville, and Point Remove Brewing Company for helping us out, making this show possible. Let's get into this first wing and this first sauce. I'd just like to know a little bit about you, but let's chomp on some wings first.
Okay. So I'm originally from, like I said, from a little small town in Mississippi, around Hattiesburg, Mississippi. The town I'm from doesn't even have a stoplight. Okay, and so
All right.
got to Arkansas Tech. I've been in the state for a long time. From 9 to 12, really from 9 to 24. I worked at another school not to be named. Okay. But so I spent a lot of time in state recruiting the state. I was a defensive coordinator, D-line coach, and so had a lot of time here for sure.
I get that. You like this state of Arkansas as it compares to Mississippi? Similar, culturally.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of similarities between the two states, but Arkansas is so unique in. I'm not a big time hunter, but the hunting and the fishing and the outdoors, the trails, it's got a lot to offer. Mississippi is, I guess our big selling point is music. You know what I'm saying? The blues, the delta,
the blues. You a musician? You ever play any instruments?
You know what? I'm somewhat of a musician. Like how about this? If I sit down at a piano, I can probably bang out the song by ear.
Let's go.
I'm not a musician like that, but if I sit there and I needed to play a song, I probably could get it done. Right. But I do a little singing. That's my gift. That's my talent.
That's your gift. That's my gift. Are we where are we at? Are we baritone? Are we a bass one, bass two?
I'm a tenor.
A tenor.
I'm a tenor.
Let's go. Listen, shout out to all of our educators in the music department out there, our local high schools, Arkansas Tech, Dr. Dan Belangio, my man, director of bands. That's one of my dudes out there. Maybe talk to this guy. Get this guy on a production. Coach, let's get into wing 2. I got Arkansas Diamond Fire's champagne pepper sauce. Good stuff. Tell us about your time growing up as a player, as a young athlete.
Okay.
What positions did you play? Did you play any other sports? And maybe in any of those situations, did you model your game after anybody else?
Okay. Yeah, sure. So coming up when I was a kid, right? I played football, of course. High school, I was an O lineman and really a linebacker, right? That's what I played. Kind of coming up
as a ball carrier. I don't want any part of it.
And so that's kind of what I played on the football field. I also played baseball. So coming up as a kid, I played baseball. I got a late start in baseball. Funny story, but I won't tell it. But I started late as a baseball player. But I got decent. Like I went to a small 2A high school in Mississippi, and so like 7th grade, I played JV and varsity, and then 8th, 9th, 10th, like I was all the way through. I was a varsity baseball player. Okay. Not saying I was an elite baseball player. Okay. I love the sport. I was decent at it at a small school. I had a good time. You know what I'm saying? And so Football, and I played a little basketball, right?
Okay.
Played my senior year of high school, played some junior high basketball. I love Charles Barkley, right? So when everybody was buying Jordans, man, I love Charles Barkley. Like, that's my dude. He was a round dude.
A peek behind the camera real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Chuck, we're all right with Chuck.
So love Barkley. So that's why I model my basketball game after. Like, my low post game is legit. That's what I was saying. So
all right, I get that.
Spend time doing that, and then of course I played college football. In college, I transitioned into a defensive lineman. Played defensive tackle in college, and had a really good experience. I love to talk. I tell my players not to do as much talking as I did, but
right.
Like, I was a competitor, and so I had a good time doing that.
I love that so much, man. Big time defensive players. You gotta be able to talk a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right. Let's let these wing sauces do a little bit more talking. What do you think? Let's get into wing sauce. Number 3, Arkansas Diamond Fire's Opera Sauce. The intangibles of great football defense. What do you look for in non-physical, non-playtime characteristics at each level? D-line, linebackers, D-backs. Let's start with D-line. You're looking for non-football characteristics of a D lineman. How do you know he's going to be great? Communication.
Yeah.
And that transcends football.
Right.
That's on the nose for this question. Transcends football. He's a good communicator. Communication is key. What about a linebacker?
I think for a linebacker, if he's able to do multiple things, right? So multitasker, right? Yeah, can handle a lot on his plate, all right? Because you think about what they do from a football sense. They've got to be in the run game.
Okay.
They've got to be in the pass game, right?
Got to be able to multitask.
They've got to be able to multitask. If you're a linebacker, and so you probably do want a lot of like diversity in what they do and what they can do, right?
I like that.
You know,
okay,
sure.
we're into shooting sports, but we're pretty good on the Quiz Bowl team.
Absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So let's get into defensive backs. I can see a guy that can track the ball in the air and he can fly around. What makes a good defensive back in terms of non-football skill set?
You probably want someone that is
hypothetical.
Yeah, hypothetical, sure. I would say you're probably looking for someone that's they can let it go real fast, but not from a football sense, but like whatever you're doing.
Short memory,
and I want to use the word adventurous, right?
Adventurous, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, when you play DB, you gotta have like swagger. From a football sense, you gotta have swagger. You gotta have attitude. You gotta have confidence, right?
Okay.
Like the DB that you probably want. If you guys were gonna all go jump off a cliff, you would go to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If we were all just gonna go do something completely wild and crazy, we'd be like, I'm in.
All right. Your ideal defensive back, he's probably a base jumper.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's throw that out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
On to the next, my friends. Whether it's as a job, as a profession, what do you feel like as a coach that's had a ton of success?
Sure.
How do athletes make it to the next level? I'm gonna get a good dip on this one because this is just a great sauce. A little bit more of a bite there.
Yeah.
That's real chili there. That's a real homegrown chili. Shout out to our friends at Subiaco Academy. Our friends of faith doing some big things with some hot sauces.
Absolutely. So, you know, one of my first jobs out of college, I went on an interview at an Enterprise rental car, right? And you know, at the corporate thing, and one thing they said they liked about athletes was that they knew how to be a part of a team. They knew how to work well with others. And so I think, you know, when athletes get ready to transition into those other areas, still being a part of the team, which business, you know, being a part of different groups like what we're doing here today, that's what those guys really excel at, putting those guys in leadership positions because they've had to do that, right? So when they're, even our guys who go off to be accountants and bankers and all those things, they do well with leadership and the change and the discipline of it. And so I do think like being an athlete really helped those guys from being well-rounded. And I think they like being a part of teams and groups, teachers and coaches, like all those things. So it kind of helps those guys be very diverse in what they can do. Then we just got to narrow those guys down into what they want to do.
It's a brilliant answer, and man, just getting into like, I think we can just throw all of the stereotypes out the window. You play sports, you can function well under duress with other human beings that have been part of team sports.
Absolutely.
I think that's a huge thing. We appreciate all of our educators, all of our coaches out there, whether you're athletic or not. Man, we just appreciate our educators for sure. Coach, I've got a final sauce.
Okay.
All right. We've got Subiaco Academy once again with our smoked habanero monk sauce. Are you ready for this? Thoughts on our last sauce, that green sauce, the best, kind of the most intense kick that we've had. Didn't see it on your face.
It's a little spicy. When you first tasted it, I thought it was like sweet, even though I know there's no sweet in it. Like maybe it's the sweetness of the pepper, right? But then the spice hits you. Not gonna kill me, right? But it's a little warm. It's good.
It's got this. I mean, come on. And I'm gonna double dip because I think this is just a tasty sauce. Smoked habanero chilies. Monk sauce out of Subiaco Academy. Coach, in your short amount of time here in Russellville, what would you like to see more of, and what would you like to see less of? He's already smiling,
Well, no, I don't know. So listen, I'll say this. I haven't been in Russellville long, right? Been the head coach at Tech since December. And so Russellville, right, is the largest city I've lived in as a college coach.
Yeah, you said a suburb.
You're earthy, right?
Brother, hey, listen. The step up, I know this is only a 6 to a 7. The elevation was, listen, this ain't my interview. This is about you, Coach. This is about you. Everybody looking at me. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay.
I'll tell you what I want more or less of. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So again, been here a short amount of time. For a college town, Russellville is one of the largest ones I've lived in. So we've got a lot of stuff here that I didn't have in some other places I've lived. But I'm a WWE fan, okay? Oh. So more of, right?
Okay.
Let's feel Tucker with some WWE wrestling. They go to Little Rock. Like, let's bring them cats on down.
Hey,
man.
Christy Graham, my friends, over at the Department of Tourism. Why not WWE?
Let's get those guys in there. Then I don't have to drive so far.
Then he won't have to drive so far. Last WWE event you saw?
It was a couple of years ago. I went down to Little Rock. I watch it every Monday night. Like, that's my wife makes fun of me every Monday when I get a chance. I watch WWE wrestling. Hey, it's good mindless TV, man.
And that's what it's about. A past guest of ours said the exact same thing. The editor of our local newspaper, Travis Simpson, shout out to Travis, a former guest, local author as well, got back into, after being a fan of it as a kid, got back into it just for Coach, I'm on fire right now. I'm sorry, Travis, but he got back into it. On this episode of Burning Question, said the same thing. He got back into it just for the healthy detachment from all the noise in the world. Who's your GOAT?
Man, listen, I grew up in the Stone Cold and Rock.
Let's go. The Attitude Era, the later of the Attitude.
Well, look, Hulk Hogan and all those, like, the young kid, right? And then kind of like teenage, early. My college roommate got me started watching wrestling again, right? He watched it every Monday night. He would go in his room. He would lock the door. So, like, man, what are you doing? Right? What are you doing? for Monday night. So then we started watching together, right?
Yeah.
And then a former tech coach, Paige Andrews, when I worked at the school we won't name,
okay,
all right,
okay,
he would watch it. He would take his kids to the events and stuff like that. So as an adult in the last 10 years, he got me back into it. And so now that's what I do. I watch a little wrestling. I enjoy it. Keep up with the storylines. My wife hates it, but it's okay. The kids know all the songs. I've got
kids know all the songs. Yeah.
You know, so it's awesome. That's my thing.
Okay, I love that so much. Listen, but goats. I mean, I guess what you're saying is we need a goat per era. So in your heyday of watching wrestling, in that late Attitude Era, is Stone Cold
he was my
mentioned?
Guy, man.
Stone Cold's the dude.
He was my guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. When the glass breaks. Yeah. Awesome stuff.
We all know what he wants. We all know what he wanted. If you watch Attitude Era wrestling, you know what's up. Do you think maybe of the wrestlers all time, who do you think fits into your defensive scheme? I know you're a big defense guy. You got to go back. We got to get a wrestler that's going to fit into your defensive scheme. What position? Who is it? And what position is he going to play?
Man, you know what? It's The Rock.
It's The Rock.
It's The Rock.
He played at the U.
Yeah, he's got. Look, we on our defense, man. We're talking about attitude and swagger. If you want to play a tech, you can't just be. You gotta have all of that, right?
Right.
Confidence, right? That stuff breathes on the field, and so The Rock's just overall. He's got presence. He's got attitude. He's got physicality. He's a closer.
He's a closer.
You know, you get me talking about wrestling. We can do this all day.
Listen, we may have to have an episode 2 just with Coach talking wrestling. Coach Roy Thompson, brother, I wish you all of the best. All right. Green and gold. Wonder Boys football program is in good shape. And all the better that he can handle his heat and he knows ball. Yeah? Wrestling, life, and, football, I guess, is just a cherry on top. Thank you for being my episode 2, season 2 guest, Roy Thompson. Any final thoughts?
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me. Great food, great sauces, good time.
My man. Short and sweet. Stay tuned right here. The Burning Questions, season 2. Gonna keep rolling with episode 3 coming up real soon. I ain't gonna tell you who it is. Hopefully they can handle their heat just as good as Coach Thompson can. For my friends at Main Street, Russellville. For my friends at Point Remove Brewing Company. And for all of my fans out there of the Attitude Era and our Stone Cold Steve Austin fans, the Rattlesnake. Ooh! Keep it tuned right here. More to come. Thank you, Coach.
Hey, thanks.
I'm in. Peace.